Shalom. With the approach of Rosh Hashanah and Yemei Hadin, I think it would be instructive to take another look at a well-known Rambam in Hilchot Tshuva, where the Rambam describes the judgment, the weighing of zechuyot and aveirot, one against the other. He writes, Kol echad v'echad m'bnei ha'adam yesh lo zechuyot v'avonot. Mi shezchuyotav yiterot al avonotav tzadik, ומי שעוונותיו יתרות על זכויותיו rasha. Okay, this is the more or less common picture of the decision of the person's status as tzaddik or rasha, dependent on the number, the relative number of aveirot and zechuyot. However, then the Rambam adds, "V'shikul ze eino lefi minyan hazechuyot v'avonot elo lefi godlam." There's the method of figuring this, the relative weight of the zechuyot and the avonot is not something that has to do with the number of actions, but their magnitude. Yesh zechut shehi keneged kama avonot, shenemar ya'an nimtza bo davar tov. Right? It's possible to have one zechut which is so great that it outweighs many aveirot. Ve'yesh avon shu keneged kama zechuyot. Vein shoklin ele b'dato shel kel deot, v'hu hayodea heich orchin hazechuyot keneged ha'avonot. Right, this is something which is very hard for us to evaluate, but HaKadosh Baruch Hu, He knows all the ins and outs, and He evaluates properly what the weight of each action is. The question is, can this knowledge of the fact that if we have a mitzvah which is particularly weighty, significant, that can outweigh many aveirot, is there a way of us actually making our mitzvot more significant and more qualitative so that they can really be effective in swaying our final status as a tzaddik? The Rambam leaves us in the air as far as this goes, but Rav Chalap Zichrono Livracha gives us an indication of how this might be done. Rav Chalap refers to a Mamar Chazal which says that aveira mechaba mitzvah, ve'in aveira mechaba Torah. Right? A sin can extinguish or cancel out a mitzvah, but a sin cannot extinguish or cancel out Torah. So Rav Chalap then reasons that if our mitzvot are basically Torah, in other words, if they have the character of Torah, they have the connection to Torah, then that connection in itself gives the character of Torah to the mitzvah, and then the mitzvah becomes more significant, and the aveira cannot overcome it. He actually refers in this regard to the Parshat HaShavua, Tavo, and also Parshat Nitzavim next week, when Moshe Rabbeinu renews the covenant, renews the brit with Am Yisrael. And Rav Chalap asks, why did Moshe Rabbeinu feel the need to do this now when he was about to pass away? His explanation is that while Moshe Rabbeinu was alive, he himself embodied Torah. And all the mitzvot that he taught Am Yisrael to do, when Am Yisrael performed these mitzvot, they were performed in connection with the entire Torah, which is actually personified by Moshe Rabbeinu himself. But now Moshe Rabbeinu was about to depart from this world, and Am Yisrael would have to rise to the challenge of actually themselves doing what Moshe Rabbeinu did in this sense. That from now on, they would be the ones that would have to personify the Torah in its entirety, and thus giving their mitzvot the character of Torah, the connection to Torah. And then these mitzvot would have the weight of Torah, and they would overcome all of the aveirot and mistakes and misguided actions that they might do. What does this mean? What does it mean to have a mitzvah that is connected to Torah? What is Torah? Torah is basically a way of life. It's a philosophy. It's a set of convictions. It's a set of beliefs. It's an existential commitment that we make. It's the way in what to believe and how to behave, life in its entirety. And when we perform a mitzvah that's in the light of Torah, it means that we're doing something which actually is not only a good deed in and of itself, but actually expresses our total commitment to the way we want to live and the way we want to believe. This is the advantage of a mitzvah as opposed to an aveirot. When we perform an aveirot, it's a mistake. It has nothing to do with our deepest beliefs. It's something which happens to us by chance. We have a weakness, we succumb to a temptation, we make a mistake, and we do this aveirot. But the aveirot, as far as our identification, as far as what we believe in, the aveirot has nothing to do with us, with our more profound levels of existence. That's why our mitzvot are more significant than our aveirot. So if we want to make our mitzvot more weighty, so we can, of course, redouble our commitment to Torah and to limud Torah, and then all the mitzvot that we perform are done in the light of our commitment to Torah. But I would say, even beyond this, when performing a mitzvah, I would suggest perhaps take a moment to think about what I'm about to do, to rejoice in the fact that I'm about to do something. I have the privilege of doing something which really expresses my profoundest beliefs. Not everybody in the world has this privilege of doing things that they actually believe in, because they don't know what to believe. But we, as believing Jews, we have this commitment, we have this way of life, we have this mesorah of beliefs and principles which are handed down to us from generation to generation, which we believe in very deeply. So before we perform a mitzvah, particularly if there's a bracha before the mitzvah, during the bracha, think about the significance of this mitzvah to me, how happy I am to do it, how privileged I feel to be able to do it, how I thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu for this suit of being able to do this and being able actually to fill my life with deeds which really express what I believe in and which I believe in most profoundly. And by doing this, we will actually raise the level of our mitzvot, make them more weighty, make them more significant. And then there will be no comparison between the aveirot, which everybody does by mistake and by accident, and then we can arrive at the state of, as Chazal say, ein aveirah mechabat Torah. Right? These aveirot will not possibly have the ability to outweigh our mitzvot. This is one idea which I hope you'll find useful and beneficial, and may we all have a k'tiva v'chatima tova, a year of redemption and Yeshua from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and peace to all of Am Yisrael.